So firstly, we are going to have a Fortune 1 company. Hopefully all of you know who that is, speaking today. So Denise Incandela is the EVP of Fashion and Apparel at Walmart US. She is a fantastic leader and has had a really storied career at many, many retail companies. Walmart, in case you don't know, has 140 million weekly shoppers. I am wearing Walmart today. This dress is from Walmart. It has pockets, ladies. It has stretch in the back. It's so comfortable, clearly affordable, and honestly very, very quality. It breathes, it moves, so just a little plug for Walmart. So Denise today will also be interviewed by Ken Pilot. Ken Pilot is an investor in many of the companies that have been here this week. He also has a career in retail in his past as well. He worked at American Eagle Outfitters, Ralph Lauren, and Gap. So please join me in welcoming, very warm welcome, to Denise and to Ken Pilot.
Jill, we're going to give you an influencer commission. After this, we're going to sign you up as a creator.
So clearly, I didn't get the friends and family discount. I am not wearing Walmart today, but please extend.
Do you need a friends and family discount to shop at Walmart?
Hey, retail is tough, as if you haven't heard. Okay, it's not easy out there. Well, it's so great to be with you. The last time we were together was on my podcast, The Retail Pilot, Leaders and Legends. For those of you that haven't listened, you may want to hear our conversation. It was really exciting. But what I found most exciting was really your career path. We spent some time together at Ralph Lauren. You've worked at Saks. You've been in management consulting. I mean, working with some of the high-end designer brands. What led you to Walmart?
Yeah. Well, I have. Most of my retail history was in luxury, and I loved luxury, and I still love luxury. And I learned an incredible amount from being in that space, and also learned a tremendous amount from being at Ralph Lauren in terms of building brands and building beautiful product and marketing that product. And so when this opportunity at Walmart came to me, by the way, through LinkedIn, which is so interesting. It just shows to pay attention to that. My mentor, or one of my many mentors, is Steve Sadoff, who was the former CEO of Saks Fifth Avenue. And I was talking to him about it, and at the time I wasn't really interested because I'd been in luxury for so long. And he said, run, do not walk. It's going to be down to 2 or 3 retailers in the end, and I promise you Walmart will be one of them. And it's a transformational opportunity which you've always chased, and it's probably the transformational opportunity of a lifetime. And so he's right. I mean, I feel like everything I've done up until this point has been setting me up to work at Walmart and work to bring this beauty that has been part of my past, this beautiful product, and democratize fashion at a place like Walmart, where we are the biggest grocery store in the country. 145 million people, as Jill said, walk through our doors and online site, visit us every week. That's the hard part. At Saks and Ralph, the hard part is getting the traffic. And so to be able to put credible style categories on top of this extraordinary volume producing, traffic volume producing retailer is really the opportunity of a lifetime. So that's what I was excited about. I love transformation. I've worked in transformation in every role that I've done, whether it was bringing digital to Saks Fifth Avenue back in the pioneering days, and I see some of my pioneering friends in the audience, or whether it's making fashion credible at Walmart.
So I could fairly say that you are now the Santa of fashion. You're like giving it away.
We are. You can all wear Walmart fashion. I'm wearing it head to toe, and for an extraordinary price points. And so that is what we are passionate about, democratizing fashion. And just because it's beautiful doesn't mean it has to be expensive. And so that's our passion. And we've been able to attract extraordinary talent at Walmart because of this purpose of enabling people to save money and live better lives. And part of that is democratizing fashion and bringing beautiful product at extraordinary price points. And people who have worked at really fancy luxury brands all over the world are so passionate about coming to Walmart and, being part of this mission.
What I think impresses me most, and from my days, I spent some time actually at Macy's back in the day when the cash register was a cigar box. But we were building private label.
Yeah.
And private label was quite pervasive in retail. But you've taken it in a different direction. You're building private brands.
Yeah.
And it's a much different approach.
Yeah.
Because a brand is not a label.
Yeah.
A brand is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like you talk about Ralph Lauren, probably no greater brand in the world because we can close our eyes and immediately imagine what a Ralph Lauren home might look like or a car. So you're building brands. And in fact, now the brand penetration, the brand that you've created is the majority of the business that you're doing. How does that private brand strategy fit into your overarching strategy for reaching not only your core customer, but also younger customers?
Yeah. And we'll get into our transformation strategy in a second, but what I'll say high level is that we have been in the business, first of all, we have a massive fashion business or apparel business, formerly called apparel, now we call it fashion. Really massive. And it was a pile 'em high, let 'em fly business of socks, underwear, denim, tees, and we maybe had 15 manufacturers with their own design teams creating these brands for us. And so it was a bit of a Frankenstein for each brand because there was no one point of view. And so what we've been doing over the last couple of years, and we'll get into it more when we get into the strategy, is shift to brand building. So building brands that if you went to another retailer, you'd look for that brand because that's how well thought of that brand is. And that's been our mission.
So when you think about your pillars, and let's talk about the pillars, because I think the pillars really do a great job of taking you through how you view your business in terms of the strategic approach to the customer.
Yeah. So we've been undergoing a fairly significant transformation as I've been talking about. And the three components of that transformation, not surprisingly, are fundamentally overhauling and expanding our assortment, and we'll talk about a little bit more detail on that. Overhauling our shopping experience, both digital and online, and then expanding our customer reach, and changing perception of Walmart, because let's face it, we were not known 5 years ago to be credible in fashion. There's many of our competitors that weren't known 5 years ago to be credible in fashion, and we take it as seriously as the rest of the industry in changing that perception. So on the assortment side, that entails a number of different things. One, Ken, you just mentioned, we've historically been very concentrated in private brands. And we will continue, we have 14 private brands, and of our 14 private brands, 6 of them are $1 billion or bigger. And of the 6, 4 are $2 billion or bigger. So we have massive private brands, and there's huge opportunity there. In our opening price point brands, which is number 3 on this slide, we are improving the aesthetic, the style, the quality, all maintaining the extraordinary price points that we have today, but bringing in these designers, as I said, bringing in design teams for the first time, located in New York, and building out these brands in ways that we've never done before, and maintaining these exceptional price points, and always with regenerative and sustainability in mind, which is a core part of our principles as a company. And then there are what we call our elevated brands, and that's where we work with people who are well-known in the style world, like a Brandon Maxwell, who's a well-known women's wear designer, or Sofia Vergara, who's a well-known celebrity, or Michelle Smith and Stacy Griffith, who are, she's a former Millie creative, and Stacy Griffith, anyone takes SoulCycle in New York knows who she is.
Legend.
And so building out what we call these elevated brands, because we want to get to the lifestyle part of our customer's closet, which we historically haven't done. And so from a private brand point of view, continuing to win in the opening price point, but with better style, quality, et cetera, and then putting on top of it these elevated premium private brands so we can service more of our closet. And at the same time that we're focused on those two things, of course, bringing in the national brands that our customers love. And this hasn't been a priority for us in the past as much as it is now. So think Jessica Simpson, Reebok, Chaps, USPA, Celebrity Pink. And that's shifting. We're shifting the portfolio of our assortment to better service our customer and more of her closet needs. And we're shifting the AURs. We're actually expanding our average unit retails so that more of what we're offering pleases her.
Well, what's interesting also is if you look at how Amazon has pretty much abdicated the private brand space, Target has leaned most heavily into the private brand space. So it does leave a great lane for Walmart as you include some national brands along with your own product. And then of course extending the reach even further with Marketplace, which we won't get into today, but is a very important part of the business.
Massive part of the opportunity, the endless aisle, and we have hundreds of millions, can you imagine? Hundreds of millions of items in fashion and Marketplace. Hundreds of millions. So, and fashion is a long tail category, as you all know, or many of you know. So being able to get that right is an important part of the strategy. So the balance, rethinking the portfolio mix, not just private brand versus national brand, but it's also average unit retails, like what the expansiveness of how high do we go, what's the quality, as well as the line plan. Is it just socks and underwear, or are we getting into dresses like the Sophia jacket and the scoop dress that I'm wearing today?
In addition to online, and you've put a lot of effort and money into online, can we talk a little bit about the store experience, because you're beginning to really reinvent that and create a new experience for the customer that I'm sure is appreciated by many of the younger customers as well as your older customers.
Yeah, so I showed you the first part of the strategy is about assortment. The second part of the strategy is about experience, and it's both stores and online. And we have reinvented I don't know, how many of you have been to a Walmart before, a Walmart store? Okay, so 90% of the country lives within 10 miles of a Walmart, which is extraordinary. Wow. It's a little bit sheltered if you live in New York City or even LA, because that's not where we have the greatest concentration, which is interesting. But 90% of the country lives within 10 miles of a Walmart. So we have 4,000 doors. And we've been in the pile 'em high, let 'em fly business. And so we have reinvented our assortment, but in order to make the assortment work, we had to reinvent the store experience as well, because we want the product to be the hero, and you can't see this beautiful product if it looked like what we have looked like in the past. And so pulled out 10% of our racks, pulled out 10% of our inventory. Denim, we are the biggest denim retailer in the country. We need to look like we are the biggest denim retailer in the country, building these brand shops across the front of the fashion pad so that we can highlight both our national brands as well as our elevated brands, bringing in mannequins, bringing in digital displays, completely new fixtures, all about inspiring browse and discovery, removing the clutter. So this has been an extraordinary success, and pulling out the inventory, sales have gone up. We've rolled out 500 of these stores. There's hundreds more to come this year. We will get through all 4,000, and it's a really exciting development for us.
I would have liked to have been on the walkthrough with you and Doug McMillan when you told him, I'm taking 10% of the inventory out of the Walmart stores to drive more business.
Yes, that was fun.
And you kept your job.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And we're really excited about the progress. And then at the same time that we're overhauling the store experience, of course we're overhauling the online experience, which is so fundamentally important. As you can imagine, our website is built for spearfishing. TVs and toilet paper is a very different shopping experience than fashion. And so bringing in brand shops, bringing in features like complete the look or virtual try-on, where either you can use a model or you can use yourself to try on, fit predictor. All of these things are specific to fashion, so it's been quite the journey and transforming the online experience. And I'll give you an example for, let's see if I can make this one work. I think I click one more time. So this is a feature that we are rolling out now. So interesting, relevant, especially to the Gen Z customer, where a customer can either find it, we have 150 models to choose from, or you can use yourself. You can take an image of yourself and then show the items on your own body and then share them with a friend and get their input, your family member or a friend. And so this is leveraging AI in, of course, new ways. This is the future of shopping. Imagine going to a product landing page where you see yourself as the model for every item on the page. And that is the future of shopping. And it creates a gamification of shopping that is so sticky. And then here, of course, a social aspect as well. So a lot going on there. And then the third pillar, Ken, is marketing. And marketing is such a critical part because we can't we're working on the product, improving the hand feel, the quality, style. We're improving the shopping experience, but we have to tell our customers. And we have to change that perception. And so that includes everything from visual merchandising and mannequins and creative in the stores to working with influencers and creators and social commerce to building out brand awareness. So there's a lot going on there.
Well, I know you're winning with the brands because I hear from my store checks that they're walking into Target asking for some of your brands. So I guess you're doing your job.
We're working on it. And there's many different aspects of marketing, of course, that we leverage in order to change perception because it's a big lift. This is the part that's the big lift.
Now, there was a big announcement you made yesterday, and I want to make sure we have some time to talk about it because I think it really is the culmination of a lot of your creative efforts, the brand work, and what will be very important going forward. Can you share with us what you announced yesterday?
Yes, and before I'm going to get to that, I'm going to share a little bit about how we got here. So I talked a little bit before about how we weren't servicing all of our customers' needs. And so here, the left part of this chart shows where our Walmart customers spend when they're within Walmart, which is primarily under $15. But that same Walmart customer, when she or he leaves Walmart, 80% of their spend is in the higher retailers. And the core customer just cares about price and doesn't really care about style. And we're very committed to continuing to support that core customer, and they're very important to us. But there is what we call a growth customer or an opportunity customer that's younger, next generation, tends to be Gen Z, cares about style, et cetera. We have a smaller market share with that customer, and we know that there's a huge opportunity. So that has been a big focus area for us. So back to your question, and these are some of the ways that we're targeting that next gen customer. But the big announcement is we have, as I said, we have 14 private brands, and No Boundaries is a $2 billion private brand. It was started in 1994, and we have relaunched, we have announced today, so thank you for asking, that we are relaunching No Boundaries, and super excited about what is to come. It will launch in mid-July, and it is targeted to Gen Z. It has a disproportionate amount of Gen Z people already shopping it, but frankly, it was a collection of volume driving items in the past, $2 billion worth, but volume driving items versus a brand. So we brought in designers who have created many Gen Z brands in the past, and we have created a brand that is more modern, has better quality, that has silhouettes that are more relevant to the Gen Z customer, think baggy tees and cropped shirts, that has more inclusive sizing. We extended the sizes both on the small side and on the large side. And we shifted from anyone who remembers the old Junior's business and odd sizes, we shifted to even sizes. And so there's been a whole overhaul of this brand, which we're really excited about. And you can see the before and after here, where everything was changed from the logo to the marketing to the assortment, to the silhouettes, to the quality is so much better. It's like night and day, and I'll share a little bit of the video, if you could share the No Boundaries video. So we're super excited about the Gen Z opportunity, younger customer opportunity. We feel like we are uniquely positioned to win with Gen Z because of the scale of Walmart. We can bring a quality and price point due to our scale that is fairly unmatched. And by bringing together these really talented teams of designers and marketers and rethinking the in-store as well as the online experience, we're going after this younger generation or Gen Z target market in a big way. And big part of it is creating the product, which you will see starting in mid-July. Really excited about that. And by the way, it's women's, men's, intimate shoes, accessories, sleep, a plant-based bra, as well as the marketing. And being where the Gen Z customer is. So think, of course, TikTok, YouTube, Roblox. There's almost 80 million users using Roblox right now. We are the first brand to have real-world commerce. First brand, super exciting, in Roblox. And I think Gen Z spends 2 hours a day on Roblox. So you could buy, if this was a No Boundaries dress, and it should be because I'm introducing No Boundaries, but I'm not wearing it. You could buy this dress, and it's a real-world dress. It gets shipped to your house, and then your avatar can get the same dress. You get a virtual version of that in Roblox, which is really fun and exciting. So these are the kind of things that we're doing to not just make the product for the customer, but also make sure that we're reaching the customer.
So not only is it important that you win on Earth, but you have to win in the metaverse too.
Yes.
That's great.
100%.
Awesome. So let's summarize this. You're doing a lot of great things. If you can, try and put what are the 3 action items that retailers should think about when it comes to attracting a younger customer to building brands.
Yeah, I mean, look, for all intensive purposes, No Boundaries was from 1994, a tremendous success. It was a $2 billion business. It was growing healthily every year. But we still took a hard look at our brand. And I would recommend that everyone take a hard look at their assortment and make sure that if this is a target audience that you're going after, that you have product that represents the self-expression that this target audience wants, that is mix and match, that has the silhouettes, the modern silhouettes, the inclusivity, that has the attitude that this customer is looking for. And for us, we were succeeding, but we felt like we could do better. And then, of course, there's the online and in-store experience, and making sure, like, shop with friends is something that we know has a stickiness with this generation that is going to allow us to win in ways that we haven't won before online, as well as virtual try-on, all these things. So it's thinking into the future, how is the online experience or how is the in-store experience changing, and making sure that you have something that's relevant for them. For example, we are testing new store formats for the young adult part in college towns to get a sense of what resonates with them so that we can make sure that our in-store experience really resonates with them. And then the third part is the marketing, which is the most fun. And I love this so much because I've been in the marketing business for a long time as well. I mean, what's happening with AI and social commerce and Roblox and virtual and all of this, it is where people are spending their time is fundamentally different. We were talking about Vogue, magazine and InStyle of the past, and making sure that you're getting in front of your customer and testing, like constantly fail fast and pivot, like constantly testing new ways, like this social commerce, like this real world commerce on Roblox. To get in front of this generation where they are spending their time.
Denise, with that, thank you so much. It's an amazing strategy, and you're obviously crushing it.
Well, we're working on it.
Congratulations.
Really appreciate you having me here to share our story. So thank you.